So today I'm going to show you how to do the little neck warmers for toddlers. So let me just turn this camera around and we'll get started. Hold on. I hope you guys see this well. So what we're going to do first is we are going to start by casting on. So you don't necessarily have to calculate it, but you want you're starting off a good 5 to 7 rows of casting with our waste yarn. So what we're going to do is put the waste yarn on, go back and forth, like so. All the way to the end. Hook it in. Make sure this is down. So I don't know how many rows this is right now. The yarn I have right here. So I'm just going with the flow. With you guys, I recommend you calculate it and at least do 5 to 7 rows for sure, okay? So let's get started. So as you can see, my waste yarn did 5 rows. I don't know if you see it very well. If you could, try to aim for 5 to, for sure, 7 rows. Because when you're first starting off and you have to cast off and you have to crochet it together, you're going to want the rows. Because if you don't have the rows, it risks falling apart and it becomes sad. It really does. So, 1 sec. Now we're going to cast on with our actual yarn. I'm going to use this cute little funky one that I used already for making cupcakes. So let's cast this on. So we'll put it through here like so. Make sure it's properly in, because if it isn't, it's going to fall apart and it's not going to work. So we'll put it through our hole that already has the end for this part here, what we ended with for our waste yarn. So we'll attach the together like this. Now, you could just make 1 loop so you know it won't fall apart, but not secure it because you want it off afterwards. If you're a beginner, I recommend you do it because you don't want your work falling apart. You want it secure and safe, but you have to make sure you remember to take it off after, okay? So what we're going to do is make sure it started at 0. So when we get here, it'll be at 0. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, okay? What we're going to do is we'll go slowly for the first couple rows. So we'll do first couple rows like this. What we want for a perfect neck size, so it goes over the child's head to where their neck area is to keep them warm. What we want to do is at least 65 rows to 70 rows. So what we're going to do is 70 rows for this project, okay? Now, it also depends on the age of the child. You know, sometimes boy or girl could take an effect. But right now, what we're doing is for a normal size neck. It should be fine for a toddler at around 3 years old. So you'll be fine. Okay, guys? So we'll do our 65 rows. Might be going a little fast. We just keep going on. We cast on like we always are. We're rolling like we always do. Make sure we have enough loose yarn so it doesn't pull. And also not too much that it knots up. And then we're going to all cry for sure for that one. Okay, so I'm up to 10 rows now. I'm going to pull out some more. It's definitely going to be a pretty project. I will tell you that for sure. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. The light turned off, so I just need to reconnect it. The wire must have came out on the other end. So here, now the light's back on. Okay, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is 70 rows, and I'll meet you back here when I have my 70 rows, and I'll tell you how to cast it off after, okay? Okay, so we're not quite at 70 rows, sorry. But what I recommend you also do is to pull it up a little so it's not dragging on your table or anything. Unless you have a table that has a hole through it and it's placed on that. And even still, eventually it'll hit the ground, so you will want to pull it up anyway, okay? So I'll be back once I get to 70 rows, okay, guys? Okay, so we're just about at 70 rows. I'm at 68 right now. 69, and here will be our last one. So slow down, make sure you don't miss it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it, leave a little tail, put it there, put it down like so, just like that. What I'm going to do is take some yarn. If you have waste yarn that is just lying around, that would be even better, but right now I don't really know where everything is per se. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this as waste yarn. We're going to put it in through here. We're going to attach it through the one we just put in right here, which was our actual project. We'll make sure they're together like you did with the other side. If you tied it in a knot, that's good. It might help you so the project at least doesn't fall apart. But remember to untie it after. Only one knot when you do it, okay? And not a tight one, a loose one. That way you don't have to worry about your project falling apart. And because the waste yarn's coming back off, okay? I'll show you that afterwards, okay? So we'll do another 5 to 7 rows of this. I'm going to do 5. If you think it's easier 7, please, by all means, go for it. I will not say no to that. It's always better to have a little bit more than a little less, I say. Okay. 74. 75. Leave a little tail. Put this in your project. Close this. And then cast off. I know sometimes casting off like this could get a little scary when you're first doing it. But trust me, it'll be worth it. Okay? And like they say in life, you always have to take risks. Okay, guys? Oop. See, sometimes it gets stuck like this too. So you just like push it down and there. It'll come off. So this is our beautiful little project. So I'm going to show you the project with a little tip. So this is a 22 needle knitting machine. So obviously we definitely have 22 all around here. My little request for you is you're starting off. If you have these, if you have hairpins, if you have anything really that could attach to your project, because not everybody has these, okay? Not everybody does. If you do, that's great. If you don't worry about it. What you'll do is you're going to make sure this is out. You're going to make sure it's even, so it's middle to middle. So you start right here, okay? What you'll do is you see, I know it's hard to see sometimes, but you see this right here, okay? You'll put it on that, so like this, okay? I'm going to use this one because that one's closed in. So you'd start here and clip it closed and do it all the way around for 22 for the needles here, right? I'm not going to do it. I did make a video showing you guys how to do it. I'm going to do it normally. So what we're going to do is I have my big hook. Most of you will have a small hook, I'm pretty sure, but I have a big crochet hook. And no, it's not necessarily for this project, but I thought it was kind of cute. So let's do it for this project. So we're at the middle here. So we'll take this little part here. Okay. Right here. I don't know how well you see. But here, we'll go into the other white one here. Go through. Then we'll grab the one right here. Like so. Pull it through. We'll go to this side. Back and forth. So what you're doing is literally back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you get here. We'll pull this side through and you'll unravel it. Okay, so I'll show you a couple more times and then I'll show you on the other side too. Just like so. I'm hoping you guys see it. I really hope you guys see it. Just like that. Okay. So you have to do that for all of your little white speckles here. So I'm going to finish this and I'll show you how to end it and then take this off. Okay, guys? One side of the waste yarn is going to be way easier to take off than the other side, but I'll show you. Don't worry. So I'll see you in a few minutes, okay? Okay, so we're at our end. We'll grab our last piece and then go over here. Go through this one. So there's a little white one right here too. Pull it through. Grab the little white string here. which is our project. You'll grab it like so and pull it right through. Make sure you don't miss any, otherwise your project will completely fall apart, okay? So I don't know if this was the bottom part. If it's the bottom part, it'll come off bad. So what you'll do is, this was the first side we started with. So it was up top, so it was on the bottom. Because it was technically already secured because of it, this will be a little challenging. So you'll grab this bottom part. So you would have to find the bottom part and grab it. What you'll do is, all you'd have to do is pull through the first part here, just like so. So it's the very, very first part here, okay? Once you get to the end of it, you just unravel it and it'll come out easy. So just a sec, here we go. This is the last one. And then you just pull it until it's all out, just like so. So, sorry, this is your one side. Okay, what we'll do is the same thing for the other side. Okay, make sure it's even with each other. Grab your crochet hook. Make sure it's even, really make sure it's even if possible, okay? And we do the same as the other side. So find the middle here, go through one side, and pull through. Go through the other side. Oops, sorry. And pull through. Make sure you catch all the white parts. The very first white parts though, okay? So you see right here, these are the little white parts right here. Make sure you grab them, okay? So I'm going to finish this to the end and I'll show you how to complete this project, okay? So we're back down here. Make sure you grab the last pieces. Make sure it's the white little part. I know it's hard to see. So don't grab the pink. Whatever you do, don't grab the pink. There's one more over here on this side. Grab it, pull it through. Grab your little white plunk and pull it through like so. Now, this side's usually easier, but I think mine's all messed up now. So once you get it, you just yank it through just like that. Now, so now if you missed one, you definitely will have to go back and catch it for sure because it won't be good. What we're going to do is we're going to line this up evenly. Okay. Nice and even. Stretch it out a bit. So this size here is perfect. It's not too thick and it's perfect for a 3-year-old, toddler, 2-year-old, within that range, okay? Toddler years, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our beautiful little darling needle. Pull it through like so. So sorry, guys. Though, next time, I wish I left a little bit more yarn. It'd be easier. So what we're going to do is... Oh. Sorry, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these two parts. We're going to close it shut. There. So we'll make a... Oops, my nail got caught. Just like that, okay? Voila. Now we're going to take our darling needle and just close it off, okay? Darling needle. Grab our little yarn here. Okay, so we're going to go through like so.